Greetings, Internet, and welcome to the box with me, Rich Perry, speaking like Bane. I am the Internet's reckoning. I can't get enough of doing that, actually. I need to just start bringing a cup out with me so I can do that. Anyway, hello Internet! It's been a while since I've done an episode of The Box, and I wanted to check in with you guys and see how you're doing. How are you doing? Everyone okay? I just want to talk about a couple of things that are fairly important that I think I've missed in the world for the last few videos. First is going to be about the Mars Rover Curiosity. I have not talked about this at all, and I really want to because it's exciting and awesome. So just to recap all the details that I know about Curiosity, and I'm sure there are plenty I'm not remembering right now. The Curiosity rover was named by a child in a naming contest, I believe. I don't know when or where. I've lost the article that said that, but I can't find it again. It weighs about a ton and is about the size of a Mini, making it the largest rover that has been sent to Mars so far. It pretty much dwarfs everything else that went before it. And it had a crazy rocket-powered sky crane landing system that was awesome because this enabled them to narrow the landing zone down from like 500 kilometers squared to 140 kilometers squared, which is well over half the size. And that's awesome that they could do that. How did they come up with this idea? It comes down and then that deploys rockets, and then the middle will deploy the actual rover, and it was like something out of a film, and it was phenomenal. The project cost around $2.5 billion and is expected to last around 2 years. But the rover does have a plutonium power source that will power the rover for at least 14 years, so I assume they can carry on getting readings and things after the expected duration. Trying to look for the word there. It's got a laser for cutting rocks, which it's used, I believe, and that's pretty awesome. It's got loads of like drilling equipment and things to brush up samples. Basically, it's looking for evidence as to whether Mars is or ever has been suitable for life, which is exciting. It is awesome. I mean, imagine if we find it. That would be great! That would be fantastic. There's already, like, picture evidence, like furrows on mountains that could have been caused by water, things that they may suspect are, like, I can't remember the chemical compound, but can only be created through the presence of water. Anyway, it would be awesome if it was found. But the Mars rover took its first proper test drive today, which was to check the locomotion system was still working. It took about 5 minutes to go. I think it was like 4.5 meters forward, turn clockwise, and then reverse 2.5 meters. It doesn't travel very fast. I suppose you don't really want to when it's a very expensive piece of equipment that is hundreds of thousands of like miles away. You can't really send out an AA team to fix it if something goes wrong. This comes following news that one of the wind sensors was damaged by the landing. The good news that NASA says is this will only apparently degrade some of the measurements and not prevent them entirely. So they'll still be able to get them, just they'll be degraded somehow. I don't know how that works. Overall, I am very excited about this project and I want to see what happens with it. So I'm watching that. Let me know if you're watching it as well. Comments. Are you excited about the Mars rover? I am, because Mars. But this actually leads into the second thing I want to talk about, which is tattoos and crazy hair and stuff in the workplace, like piercings and things like that. Some of you may know that in the videos and stuff when Curiosity landed, one particular person at NASA has become something of a celebrity, and that is this man. And frankly, if NASA can employ a man who has hair like this, then I think that that pretty much discounts any argument from any company whatsoever against hiring a person based on looks. NASA is the spacefaring organization that everyone knows, and they have employed this man Presumably because he's very good at his job. If a person is good at something, they should be able to get a job in it regardless of appearance. That's not factoring in like whether there are jobs or things like that. Purely based on appearance, that should not hold them back. Appearance does not dictate ability. Anyone who says that appearance does, or appearance plays a part in it, need only look at Stephen Hawking. While he's physically frail, he has one of the most formidable minds in the world today. The man is a mental freight train, and yet people still say that having tattoos or something is bad for the work environment. I don't know, it just doesn't seem to make sense. Someone who goes to medical school for 7 years, 9 years, 12, however long it is these days, and trains all those years and pays all that money, does not suddenly lose the ability to perform surgery if they get a tattoo. Imagine if that happened. Imagine if you suddenly got a piercing or a tattoo, or you grew your hair out like I do, and suddenly you were awful at your job. What kind of world would that be? What kind of fantasy world do people live in where they think that's the case? I'm thinking of getting tattoos. I would love tattoos, and frankly I'm going to get them. But I know that some companies wouldn't hire me just because I have chosen to get a tattoo. And that's ludicrous. What do you guys think? I understand in some places, like if you're in a sales role, where you're on TV possibly, or appealing to a specific audience in person, things like that, there's an argument for it. But again, it's entirely dependent on the person and their ability to do the job. I believe that ability should override appearance. Let me know what you guys think about this, because it's something I feel quite strongly about. Sound off in the comments as to what you guys think, and I will see you guys sometime for another box. I don't know when I'm going to do one. Also, for some of you who may not know, like you only watch the videos, over on the Facebook group, on Wednesday, I go out and take pictures of terrible looking films and upload pictures of those. So if you want to see what I found, if you're a fan of terrible horror movies or something, then head on over, like the Facebook group, let me know what you think of the things I found. There's a couple up there at the moment. I'll be putting them out weekly. Who knows, I may even watch them and let you guys know what I think of them. Dear God. Anyway, this has been me, Rich Perry, and I will catch you guys later. Have a good one.